No, what are you doing? What you was looking at, man?
That joke in itself.
Come on, concentrate. Hi, welcome to Jamlish Real Talk with a little bit of Labrish. Welcome again, everyone. Another explosive show. I keep using the word explosive. Tell me otherwise by subscribing to our channel and commenting. And remember, we have YouTube shorts now, and like, all the socials we're on. So welcome, everyone. Let's start off by me introducing the panel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Sit back, enjoy.
Simeon, the place to be before it's so rusty.
Greetings, everybody in Jamlish Town. Put your seatbelts. This is going to be an interesting ride.
You're right there. Get your walking sticks out as well. So, everyone, what are we going to talk about this today? Today, we're actually going to discuss, is age just a number? Yeah. So we're going to discuss age gaps in relationships, and is age just another number? Yeah. Is it just another number? So I'm going to start by asking the panel. Yes, we're going to pick on again. Has anyone been in a relationship with an age gap bigger than 10 years, whether it's now, whether it's in the past? Let me see a show of hands.
I don't go for suggest.
You're
That's a thing.
not been in a relationship bigger than 10 years? No.
I put my hand up.
No, you all right, Sister Pam, because you admit that. But I can't put my hand up because I've never had a 10-year gap relationship, never.
Mal?
Nope, not beyond 10 years now.
All right, then, so we'll switch off the camera for the lads and me and you will just have a chat there, shall we?
Yes.
Has anybody been in a relationship older than 8 years? Okay, audience, what we're going to do, right, we're going to discuss age gaps in relationships, and we'd love to hear your comments as well and your feedback. Yeah, because this one is, this particular subject, a lot of people can relate to this. Yeah, I can relate to that myself. When I was a lot younger, I was with someone quite my senior, to the point where I asked him if he was in good physical health. Yeah, because I didn't want him to die on me or have a heart attack on me, whatever. Yeah, so, okay then. So we've all established that. Well, apart from Simeon. Simeon, I'm going to pick on you first because you said you haven't, right? Do you have age hang-ups, or is it just hasn't happened for you?
It never happened. In all honesty, it's not saying me say, boy, I couldn't. I do have a low age limit in my mind. No, never there with a sister that's young enough to be my daughter.
Your daughter.
That's my program for myself. Mm-hmm. You know, make my son there with that one day. You know, yeah. But as for elder, to be honest, I never really set a limit to just work out that way.
But nor did I, and I don't think people actually do that, you know, consciously or subconsciously. I just think, you know, you just end up in a situation whereby the person might be significantly older than you or significantly younger than you.
No, me couldn't work with that, Mish. I said something that I would not. If I find out that age that can't work, trust me.
I concur with let's call him Cinnamon then. Simeon.
And what you want, for me good.
My daughter's age is anyone around my daughter's age No chance.
Mm-mm.
She's in her 30s. She's in her early 30s.
Yeah, for me, it was
Mm.
if they are closer in age to my eldest, it's a no-go.
I'm not talking about just now, you know, I'm talking about in the past. Before
But
you've had children or whatever.
No, but you see, same time, Mish, same time. You see, I was looking at that, to be honest, that question.
Yeah.
And you see, when it low,
Yeah.
like me, the youth them in a school, some of them even 1 year lower than them is like a no. You know, never mind 2 years, 3 years, it's a no. You see, when you get up into years like you are 70, it kind of not matter, you know?
Yeah. So it does make a difference if the person, say the woman or the man was 30 and the younger person was 19. Do you think that makes
a difference? Yes.
In terms of what? Because there are 30-year-olds dating 19-year-olds. What in terms of what do you think?
No, as me say, as you get up in that age, it don't matter. But this some kind of still seems like, wow, my humble opinion, you know what I mean? Does she really know her mind, so to speak? Because, you know, we go through these mistakes as we're learning the world, you know? And when we look back, especially as elder people, when we look back, boy, we think we didn't know the world, but we didn't. You know what I mean?
But don't you think that the 30-year-old have something to teach or educate the 19-year-old, just so to speak?
It depends on his intention.
Or their level of maturity even. A 19-year-old can be much more mature than a 30-year-old.
Definitely.
Depends where they're coming from.
Intentions as well, Mish. Intentions. If two of them intention honorable, something can work, I guess.
Yeah.
But intention, Mish, you know? You have to look on that intention. Even
so if it was reversed, so if the woman was age 30 and the man was age 19, would that make a difference in terms of the gender?
To me, it's the same, but some people that see it different. To me, it's the same.
What about you guys? What do you think?
Well, like I said, for me, it was always even, well, when I was younger, I was 21 and the guy was 15 years older than me. Yeah.
And what did that bring? Was there issues around that, or did you not realize, or what?
There were issues more with other people.
Okay. You
more
did
with other, and as well, a little bit, well, hence why it's an ex. But in the relationship as well, there was a little bit of because we're raised to respect our elders, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I think there was an imbalance in regards to who had more power within the relationship.
Yes.
Regarding choice, decision making based on that, respecting your elders.
Do you think it was just that, or do you think that there was probably a little bit of naivety there with yourself?
Oh yeah, there was definitely naivety on my part, definitely. But I think now, in like at my age now, it wouldn't matter. And after living here in Europe, it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The other day, I sit down on my place and I see one old greyback woman with one young guy coming. I thought it was her son. When we looked the two of them, I lips up. You know what I mean? And nobody batted an eyelid. So I think when you're younger, it seems like more of an issue. But when you're older, it's not so much the case.
It would be perfect, wouldn't it, for everyone to be matched together, same age and same this and that. But in an ideal world, but that's just not the case, is it? No. People are drawn to people for whatever reason, or find themselves in circumstances, and there are loads of successful marriages and relationships that are out there whereby the one person is significantly much older than the other.
And those that failed, Mish.
Sorry?
And those that failed.
Absolutely, yes.
And as well, I think as a younger woman as well, sometimes, the older guy, he's more worldly, he's more traveled. Sometimes they seem more educated. And that's quite attractive, you know what I mean? Because there's nothing worse than an older guy that really has nothing to say, or that isn't worldly, isn't well traveled. But if they are, then that can be seen as attractive as well. And I guess vice versa for the guys, if the woman's a bit more worldly.
Don't you think it's more socially accepted if the guy is older, say a 50-year-old man with a 25-year-old woman, it's more socially accepted than a 50-year-old woman with a 25-year-old guy? Or do you think it not matters?
Not nowadays. Nowadays,
No,
no,
no, you know, it's not really. Yeah, I agree. I don't. Hey, you see that word, the pedo, them use that nothing on me. The pedo business.
Saying 50 and 25. The 25-year is way
That's
over
not-
the age of
That's
consent.
kind of like that. That's like when it really
That's how you
starts
see.
going to no matter. You know what I mean? To be honest, they might get away with that. When you move that same gap lower, then wow, them talking about pedophile and them thing there.
But if somebody is 18, they're over the age of consent. Yeah,
Mm.
you know, they've got the right to vote. They've got the right to go to work, earn their own money, buy their own house, and all of that. So why not date somebody who's twice their age? What's wrong with that?
You bring its own problems. That's why. You bring its own problems. Trust me. Them two, you all right? One is 50, say. One is 18, say.
Yeah.
So that woman is, say the woman is 18. She's of childbearing age. They bear a child. The guy of 50, when that child is 10, he's 60. When he's 20, you know what I mean? Sometimes it hit the gap even worse than that.
There's a little bit of selfishness there then if you know, a 50, 60-year-old man was having
selfishness.
a child. I mean,
I see it can bring a problem. It's more the problem I'm focusing on. Whereas that child could be running and you can't keep up with them, so to speak. You know, I pull you up in that age, you know, you can't deal with baby no more.
It depends on the environment that the younger person has been grown in.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a danger sometimes if a woman or a bloke is young and the age gap is significant, that person might feel they haven't lived life and get everything out of their system. And if they're in a relationship, i.e. marriage or whatever, it could be detrimental. Yes, they could benefit from the worldly experience of the older person.
Yeah.
But it also has challenges from outside as well as inside. And nowadays it's more consensual, because before having women with toy boys or women with toy guys was frowned upon. Traditionally, it was okay for an older man to have a younger woman because a woman's prime was said to be between 21 and 30, because it's their childbearing age in terms of raising a family, sorting themselves out. A man's prime is much, much older. Much, much older.
It's not all about children though, is it?
Well, with a lot of men, yes, it is. Paternity is everything. Yes, it is. Of course it is.
Okay.
Of course it is. Because obviously, for them, what they build and what they create, it's all about legacy and passing it down, having children. And having someone of a certain age, they're fertile and stuff like that, they can actually build a family. So, and at the same time, a woman who's young, she's, you know, whether she's smart or not, blah, blah, if she's nice, pretty, whatever, she could find a guy, a rich man, a sugar daddy, whatever.
But there are blended families, aren't there? So it doesn't necessarily
blended
mean
families,
that, you know,
blended families
could have had children already.
Could have, in general, maybe not, but could, but you know, there's exceptions to the rule in everything. You know, but there's also challenges. Okay, when a younger guy is with an older woman, when you're in your late teens, 20s, right, a younger guy will know the difference between a gal and a woman. Yes, it has its perks. Using the words, but also you learn a lot about the world and life and experiences. And because women usually young women usually mature quicker than young men. It's a fact.
Women in general mature.
Well,
more so than men.
Yeah, no.
So they're always sort of 5 or 6 years ahead of man, even when they get into
life
their
experiences, they're usually generally more mature. Usually more mature. Do you know what I mean? So being with someone who's older has its advantages. You learn about life, raise your standard of living, you raise your standard of expectation and possibility. That's the benefit of choosing somebody older than you.
I have to say, when I was with someone much older than me, and I was in my 20s, he was way up in age, I learned a hell of a lot. And I think it's kind of shaped me to be the person that I am today. Not all of it, but some of it in terms of education, in terms of aspiring, in terms of where I want to be in life, in terms of a decent conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, and the above, you know, I did feel that at that point in time in my life, that's actually what I needed. I kind of lost direction. I was only 22, but I still lost direction because there was all these things I wanted to do and be, and I didn't have, I guess, maybe in the relationship, he was almost mentoring me, even though it was a relationship. There was that mentorship, if you like. And it was positive because it was steering me in the right direction. You know what I mean? Pamela, you was going to say something?
No, I was agreeing. I was agreeing fully because, and as well, I think, you know, when you're like how we are, when you're talkative and we've got a lot to say and we're quite articulate, you know, some of the more mature man that is also articulate, they would be attracted to us and we would be attracted to them. Do you know what I mean? Whereas one who isn't, they will find us, they probably wouldn't be drawn to us and we wouldn't be drawn to them. And usually it you know, you look up to, if you've got somebody that can lead, at the end of the day, we're all fundamentally, well, most of us are fundamentally traditionalists, and we like a man that can lead. And chances are the man that's going to be able to lead is a man that has more experience, can offer you more security, more intellect, more articulation. So all of these things, you look for it. From a girl's
100%.
point of view.
Because there's no such thing as equality. Equality is a lie. It's just one of these things brought up to try and bring more people into the economy so they could tax people more, make more money out of people, blah, blah, blah. Everyone be honest, right? The average woman wants somebody taller than them, richer than them, knowledgeable than them, more prepared than them.
That's in an ideal world, Val.
No, but if we keep it under 100, the average woman, that's what you want. You don't want equality. Absolutely. There's no equality.
No.
Because when you find, if you're all 50-50, a woman loses respect for the man. They do, to be honest. Because big muscles and a big front only last so long.
Absolutely.
You have to provide and protect, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Like, real talk.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Do you know what I mean? And for example, you know, and so there's no equality. The only equality really in life is God give you the ability to breathe, walk and talk and use what your parents give you and your God give you. You've got equal opportunity to express your potential. But in life, there's no equality. Some people do things better than others. Yeah, I might play a saxophone. Simeon might play a bass guitar. Do you know what I mean? Or you might play something else. You might be good at something else. Everyone's got talent. So when, as a young man, I remember in the days when you're younger and you're discovering your powers, your abilities, your charm and all that kind of stuff, you're finding yourself. That's the word I'm going to package it. You realize a lot of your peers around you, they were still into their Q-tics, their nails and whatever. When you saw a woman articulate themselves, they were more put together. They had more taste in the way they the way they dress and their minds. It was, as an impressionable young man, it's very attractive.
So, you know,
and I was drawn to older women.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is that a myth? Because
I was drawn to women a little older than me when I was 19, 20, you know.
I wonder if it's a miss that, because a lot of the younger guys, do you know, throughout my life, I have never been able to find someone my age or older for some strange reason. Throughout my whole life, relationship, having kids and that, the guy has always been younger. Why do you suppose that is?
Maybe because you like to tame a stallion.
Yeah. Huh?
Maybe because you like to tame a
Well,
stallion.
I don't. This is the thing, you see. I am my own person, and I like to do, I like to do things systematically, and I do have goals and that. Now fix your face, right?
So you see same time to me.
However, I don't seem to attract, and when I do find somebody of my age group in their 50s, I find them extremely boring.
You mean life support?
Not sexually or anything, just like conversation and, you know, that kind of stimulation that the mind wants and need.
As in 1, 2, 3 shop. Yeah.
As in what, sorry?
As in 1, 2, 3 shop. 1, 2, 3 shop.
Eddie! Simeon, what was you going to say? After
I see my juice. Mish, you can't really help the picture person paints of you. You can't really help that, you know, Mish. You see them see you, them see a picture, and them paint a picture of you, first impression, you know. And for you said that young that track, that sort of, then somehow that sort of see a certain picture in you.
The wheels have turned right around the cog, because when I was a lot younger, it used to be the older men. Me and my friend used to go out, and me and my female friend, and there's like 10 years between us in age. She would attract the older men, and I would attract the younger guys.
The picture, Mish, the picture. Is
What are you saying? That
no, I'm not saying. No. You
explain
see,
a bit more.
All right, let me break it down. You see, anytime a person sees you, it's like my brother, he drinks champagne. For example, my brother drink champagne, and then reach an age where anybody don't agree with champagne no more. You know, he's a vodka man too. So him would have that vodka. Him not feel him following him body, respect him.
Yeah.
And everywhere him go, them buy him champagne. Mr. My brethren, that's the picture them paint of you. Them see you as a champagne man from 19 long time. You drink champagne, you know.
Right. So what are you saying? So in terms of me,
I don't understand.
In terms of me, what kind of picture do you think that?
Whatever. Well, you see, some things drawing them to you. So whatever picture them have in their mind of you, that's drawing them to you.
Like what, for instance? Like
me
what?
Can't see what them see. No, me can't go in and feed their mind, Mish.
For example, you might see yourself as a energetic, vibrant person.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
And you want a strong, virile lion that can stimulate your mind as well as your
body,
your soul.
Oh, no, that makes
and your body, right? And somebody that can synchronize with your vibe.
Right.
So
that connection.
So maybe I'm trying to unpack what Simeon's trying to say.
No, you're doing it well, man. You're doing a good job.
So in your mind, you're visualizing yourself a man in his prime, who's articulate, intelligent, sexy, humorous, and someone who's vibrant.
Yes,
yeah. Someone that's gonna sweep you off your feet. Yeah. You don't see that in somebody older. You see in somebody younger. Right. So therefore, you then attract a person with a vibe who's also looking for a woman that's going to basically lift him up, you know, vibe with him. It's all about attraction and magnetism. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Like attracts like.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are.
Who you are. You've knocked it on the head.
Yeah.
You attract who you are.
Absolutely.
You don't attract what you want in life. You attract who you are.
Same time.
Is that that a negative, a positive?
It can go both ways.
It's neither
Both
negative
ways.
nor Mish. It's neither negative nor positive.
It's
And
just a
it come right back.
It's just
Right,
as
let me
Simeon
put it
says,
back to the
No,
channel
no,
because
no,
this
no.
ain't about me. I'm the interviewer here, right? Let's push it back to
as Simeon says, it's a universal principle. Basically, what compliment what Simeon says, it's a universal principle. It can be used either way.
Okay.
We attract who we are.
So, okay then. So, Mal, you said that you've had you've been with someone, you know, a few years older than you, 8 years or so.
Yeah.
How was that? Did you see any differences in terms of how you communicate sexually or, you know, psychologically? How
Psychologically, raised my mind to levels. They raised my levels, learned so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, physically, Lord God.
Oh, God.
Let's put it this way. Open the realms of possibility.
I need a drink here.
Basically widen the realms of possibility and realize, oh, I saw it go. You know?
Right. Okay.
Very funny, very exciting. And it just set the bar for what I like in a woman. In terms of, yes, we're attracted to what we see as men, if you be honest. Before we get to the personality, Simeon might concur with me.
Yeah.
Firstly, it's the attraction.
Yeah.
But it's also what they bring in terms of their aura, their personality, their charisma, their panache. Do you know what I mean? Intelligence is sexy. Charisma is sexy. The way
because all that, it makes up that connection.
Do you know what I mean? And you realize that person could be an excellent mother to your children. Because the wiser the woman, the greater the child.
Love that. Simeon, what are your thoughts around could you, or is it something that you ever considered being with an older woman, or, you know, or have an older woman ever tried to chat you up or tried to connect with you?
That's a fair question. Yeah, I've experienced that before in life. But you see, the same things that I'm looking for, as I said, I wouldn't go too young, but you're talking the elder. To be honest, them still have to have certain things that attracts me, i.e. the mind. And, you know, that same conversation have to be at a certain level. I cannot angle right now in my stage in life, I can't angle a certain level too low. So if the level is right, then that attract me already. Then we'll drop.
When you say the level, like, so that you and her are connected,
like intelligent talk, man. We can't talk, we can't talk the everyday talk. We can't talk the free talk. Exercise my mind. Be in a position to tell me when I'm wrong. But when you tell me something wrong, tell me why. Nobody tell me something wrong and can't explain why.
So you're saying a younger woman couldn't do that for you? Because so if you were dating a woman,
give me an age,
40, let's say 40, you don't think she would be able to?
No, we couldn't date a woman 40.
Why?
We don't tell you already, Mish. Me set
too young.
If it too young.
40.
Yeah.
That's a big woman.
40 might be 40 might be a big woman for true. Yes, that's true. But
with the mind, that's what I'm saying. If you was attracted to a woman or a woman was attracted to you with the mind.
No, you asked me a question, no, if you answer me. You asked me if me could, and I says no. It's like I said earlier, trust me, me talking circles, it's sure I'm talking straight. What me talk before supposed to match up with what I talk now. There's a contradiction. Me say me couldn't deal with somebody my daughter's age or my son's age. 40 is, Mish. I couldn't do that.
But that's that's a big, that 40-year-old would have lived a lot of life, would have perhaps experienced things more so than even yourself, and would probably be able to educate you.
No.
I should not have to tell you our age.
I bet I should not tell me, then it would have probably worked that way, I guess. But to be honest, if me know that, I can't, Mish.
Okay, yeah, that's
to myself.
Yeah. Pamela?
What, with a younger guy or an older one? Well, for me, as I said, as long as they can interest me, as long as I see a man that can lead, as long as it's a man that when I'm speaking, he can understand and accept my articulation, and vice versa. You know, I don't want a guy that's just coming out with all these profanities and all these statements, but with nothing to back it up.
Nothing, no substance.
You know, I need to learn from him, and I like my man to lead. So that I don't think necessarily comes with a specific age. However, I think maybe now a few years younger is okay, and maybe a few years older is okay, but not as much as when I was younger, where the age gap was quite significant. And just like with Simeon, I wouldn't want to be with anyone that's closer. That's been my rule ever since I've had my first child. Anyone that's closer to age with my child is a no from me.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, then let's move on a little bit. So it seems like age is mattering here, isn't it? It appears that it does, kind of, yeah. And depending on circumstances, depending on where the person's come from as well, and what their experiences and what they bring to the relationship as well. What about health issues and stuff like that in a relationship? Do you think that, you know, being with an older man or an older woman, they're gonna get, you know, or the likelihood of them having health issues are going to be greater than the younger?
You see, nowadays, Mish, at one time, gone with a jump to answer that question. Now, yes. Pause to answer that question, because not because they're elder than you, them are going to suffer health issues.
Right.
You in a decent time, you know what I mean? But you know, to say, do we have it in mind, elder? You expect to face certain sicknesses, you know? So it's going to be a challenge. As I said though before, it's your intention in the beginning. If your intentions are honorable, trust me, if she falls sick, speaking from a man's perspective, and it's supposed to go so vice versa, from a woman's perspective, if you love that person so much, if them fall sick, you're supposed to do their support then. You're supposed to do that. Expect these things and deal with these things.
Not everybody does though.
That's a fact.
People walk out of relationships because they don't back it, you know what I mean?
Speak from my humble opinion. That's the way we see it. So, as you said, not everybody. Go on to, man.
No.
I concur with Simeon. If you're truly there for them, then you would initiate a lifestyle to reverse and improve their health. If you're really, truly bona fide there for them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to protect them from themselves.
Yeah.
If you really value them in your life and share them as part of your life, you have a responsibility in your affection for that person to formulate a plan to make sure that their health is on point, to steer away. You got to learn from as much as I revere my elders and respect my elders, we have to learn what to do, what they don't do, is rely on prescription drugs and all that crap. Don't work. It's just a placebo. We have to get back to nature, and whether you're an older man with a younger woman, if his pocket is good for him, good for you, then his health should be good for you. And vice versa. If you're supporting them, it's supposed to be for better, for worse. So, you know, create a lifestyle that will improve and reverse and improve and sustain their health. The longer they're around, the longer you create more wonderful experiences and memories.
Okay, so let's look at the sexual relationship, or the intimacy, if you like. Yeah, in a relationship whereby one's significantly older than. Now put up your hat. Right. So, right, I'm going to pick on you now first, Mal, because you're down. Right, in comparison, you've been with an older woman, or you probably ever had encounters with other older women. I don't know, but Do you feel that there are lessons or things to be learned in a sexual relationship, or do you think that you were at your peak when you engaged in someone significantly older?
That's a shoe. Yes, yeah, because women of a certain age, women go through phases. I'm talking about our generation anyway.
Yeah.
But this generation, God, them gone out of bone anyway.
This generation, our generation has gone what?
No, generation, our generation. We can talk about our generation. Okay,
Yeah.
affect us. As women get older, they have less inhibitions. Okay, to the point where they're not even telling their closest friend what them got here. So when they're with a younger man.
You want to break that down a little bit, because I'm getting a bit confused here. Just, for some of us who, takes a little bit longer to grasp things.
Right, okay. As women get older,
yeah,
and they come to their prime.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say prime, they're coming to their time where they're in their plateau in life, middle age.
Yeah.
Women obviously get more sexually experienced, adventurous, they're more confident in themselves.
Yeah.
They're more assuring themselves. They're ensuring their inner beauty as well as their outer beauty, their state of mind and their well-being. And that's expressed in their sexual endeavors.
Right.
And, and they will basically widen the parameters of their experience. And so if they meet a younger man is going to be the beneficiary of such endeavors. I'm
trying to keep my face straight here.
Yeah.
Pamela?
So, yeah, so there'll never be a dull moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, I was trying to follow, because I think it's the part about inhibitions, because I've never really had inhibitions. I know what I like, I know what I want, and I've always known what I like and what I want with regards to intimacy. But I understand what Mal says, as in, you are more confident. When you're older, you are more secure within yourself. And I can imagine for a young guy who's, finding himself and, he wants to make the moves and maybe learn some new moves. Of course, here comes this older woman that's so sure she's going to teach him a few things and enhance what he knows. That must be attractive.
As in, good evening, Mrs. Wellington. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because a person, as they get older, they refine their actions over time.
Yeah.
Because they're more confident. They refine.
Some of us has been like that from the adult.
Yes. Even those who are already dead, right? as a disposition to be already dead, right? There's no limit. You're still gonna,
right. There isn't any limits.
You're still gonna enfold in your deadness, aren't you?
Deadness,
so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still gonna you might be there like that at 22 years old. Yeah. But you at 22 is nowhere near the level where you were at 44.
Oh.
True?
Yes, true. It's true.
If every woman was on this Zoom, they would say, Mal, 100%. And if they didn't,
do you mean like in terms of intimacy and that, and how you grow in your intimacy?
Yes. A woman at 22 is nowhere near as
because
I'll turn my camera off now, please.
Adventurous as they are at 44.
Oh, unfortunately, I'm not matching up to your statistics.
I'm just being real talk. A woman at 22, to be honest, is and I'm talking generally, is nowhere near as capable of adventurous as they would be at 44.
Oh, Mal, but if a woman at 22 was with a man of 52, right?
Yeah.
That's questionable, yeah?
Yes, because the thing is, like, you're speaking about the women. Well, we can speak about with the men.
Yeah, but the
man
men
at the age of 22 is going to far outdo the man. Not at 40, not at 44. I think them still can go on. But like when they hit the 50s, they're not as virile as the man in the 22 and plus. He's got that hunger to please and to explore with this older woman. Whereas the guy maybe in his 50s, he probably feels that, oh well, you know, she's lucky to be with me because and you know, probably
you don't know. I don't know what 50-year-olds that you're used to.
It depends. But it also depends on the guy
not on the planet I live on.
Not on planet Mal.
Yeah,
clearly
not
not.
on the planet I live on.
The planet where the woman them live on to. But you see, that's what you're thinking now is what me and Michelle were thinking. Do you know what I mean? It's at 22.
What I think? Can't pull me one catch up with this argument.
Please don't pretend like you don't know.
And Michelle and I was
no. Let me function. Go on, sister.
Yeah, what Mal was saying, it is mostly, you know, in a big part it can be true about a woman being more less inhibited when she's older. But me and Michelle happen to be two women that we've never had inhibitions.
I've never had that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're more experienced at that age. But what I'm saying is, sometimes, Mal, you are it's evident that you are very learned and very informed with regards to women, maybe because you're around women a lot and you listen really, really well. But, you know, as women, we can speak as women, and sometimes people generalize, like my statement was just quite general. And you as a guy can say to me, no, Pam, it not necessarily gossip, you know, just like how me and Michelle can say to you, it not necessarily gossip.
No,
you know,
I've had women say
we're
to
talking
me
about inhibitions sexually. And we, you know, some things, age and experience can go one way or the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most naturally.
And I understand, you know, with health issues such as menopause and things like that, a lot of women do shut down.
Yeah.
Well, they're still waiting to shut down.
It's true.
You
it's true. And
it also can have the adverse effect.
We don't talk about.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's one of the things that maybe a younger guy might not know, that he's actually with a woman that if she's perimenopausal, maybe when he met her, she's in her prime and have all the inhibitions, but in a matter of a couple of years of being with that older woman, the menopause hits and things can totally change, and she's just not interested. And he might think that it's because of her age, but it's actually not. It's just the menopause can have that.
Yeah, I mean, we're discussing in terms of general.
Yeah, I think we need to have a show. The menopause
put a law of
is a whole
averages, but in general, it is the rule. But there's always
what's the rule? Just to clarify.
No. What I'm saying to you, things can go both ways. That's the general. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of women, a lot of men, don't forget, we're more, in general, health conscious than the generation before us. A lot of people stopped work after 45 in the old generation. Look, how many men were going gym at 45, 50, 65 in the older generation? They weren't working.
The climate was different though.
You know, because they were doing other things.
Conditions, the environment, everything was different.
But hold on, let me finish.
One at a time.
Let me finish. But time brings about changes. So we cannot dismiss the differences in the approach. No, we can't, Pat. We can't. The point is, we are, for example, you look at the average woman in their 50s. They look young. They look, at least, the average woman looks 15 years younger than their actual age. In terms, if they're not ill and they keep themselves well, the average person don't look their age because of their lifestyle choice.
But Mal, wasn't that the same?
No, but what I'm saying,
our older generation, because our parents didn't look their age either, and they did different things, Mal. You know, like the guy, like you're saying, they're going to the gym, but maybe our father's age, they would do different things. They would be out in the allotments. They would walk rather than jump on a bus or jump in a car.
A lot of them took
so
pets,
it's a different level of keeping fit, and they were strong.
Yes, they're very strong. They were very strong.
A lot of them didn't drive, they walked.
Yeah, but the point I'm saying to you is, a lot of them guys who you're saying who weren't as virile, a lot of us in our community are not like that. That's what I'm saying. In general, we're not necessarily less virile than we was in our 30s. Yes, time brings changes, but we are more, what's the word? Conscious. Our diets have changed.
So are we more sexually active then than you know, of the older generation going?
I wouldn't
back
necessarily
like
say so
30, 40
because
years ago?
the older generation they could write cloak and dagger files, man. You know what I mean? And zigzag on families and whatever. So the old generation.
Rewind. Say this.
Yeah.
The old generation were deadly. They were deadly, but they were more.
Raw, man.
There were more.
Different children, different,
zigzag,
you know.
zigzag.
I mean, you know, you got like the older generation. There was one guy, he had like, at the age of, before he was 65, he had like 19 children.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's not light feat. And nowadays, our age group, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know anybody our age that's anywhere near that.
We had a family member. He had children. Basically, he was always an old man, even my grandma's age. And the joke was that he had children drawing pension to collecting green shield stamps and milk tokens. So he had children, milk tokens for, and children drawing pension.
Yeah.
He had about 30 children. Yeah, he had children in their 70s. He had children,
wow.
I mean, 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So let's just talk a little bit about, before we wrap up, other people's perception of the older person, the older man or the older woman. What do you think the perceptions are of other people?
The elder man, I mean, God rest him soul, a man died and he was 98. The other day, a man I knew, and the female woman was 80. And the fact that I talk about, boy, I nyam she want nyam him out. And she was, funny thing, she was. Because her man was more sharper than his.
What do you mean, Yamin? What do you mean, Yamin?
So do you think there are financial implications?
Oh,
like the older person is going to leave legacy or will or whatever, finances or whatever?
It's a sticky one, Mish. I can only give my own opinion, and yet there's so much varieties to it. A lot of the cases, I do believe that when you see that young woman looking so dolly, and she there with this old man that can barely walk with walking stick, you have to question it.
So don't you think for a moment that she's actually in love with that guy?
My humble opinion, I question it. I can't say no. No, I'm not in a position to say no. But a humble opinion, I question it. Is she really in love with that guy? I question.
Sorry, Simeon, did you say that he was 98 and she was 80? 80?
Yeah, there's like an 18-year difference, he said.
Is that what you said?
That's what I said.
Yeah, but how can that be looked at? How can that be frowned upon because she's 80?
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, this is a real story. This is not something I'm just saying as an example. This is a real story. And yeah, as I said, it's kind of sticky because you can generalize and just cover everything like you know everything. No, this particular one, trust me, it was frowned upon by the family, not me, see. We try to look upon life humbly and it's like, this is certain things we go, wow, but I don't have a judgment on it. You know what I mean? Because you said 20 and 100, wow, that's kind of, as I say, when it go up in that age, it kind of no matter so much as.
But was it frowned upon like when they were together years ago? Whether had they been together a long time, or was it just? I'm trying to figure out why it would be frowned upon with those kind of ages. Were they together a long time?
I don't want to put a direct age, but I'm sure there was a decent time.
Oh, so it was frowned upon in the beginning?
In the beginning, because they suspected that's what, as I come back to intention. Intention. Yeah. If the intention was good, then I don't see no problem personally. Yeah. What is intention? His intention me measure it by, if he did this on yam him out, i.e. take away money, well, intentions is wrong. I frown upon that, you know.
Okay, then we're going to have to wrap this up soon, but I'd just like to say that you can't help who you fall in love with, audience, whether he missed 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, whatever. Yeah. If you're in love, nothing sweeter. Love conquers all. Yeah. But there might be significant differences depending on the stage of people's lives, as we talked about, 30, 19, whatever. And I still don't see anything particularly wrong in that if the two people connect. Yeah, it's all about the connection, isn't it?
Intention.
Yeah, and also the intentions. If you've gone into it like with any other relationship, you're going in there because you're looking to find love, then there you go. That's love. Love conquers all. Yeah. If you're looking to go into a little relationship because you think that, you know, the other person is going to benefit from it and all that, you might actually fall on your bottom. You've been watching Jamlish, real talk.
With a woolly Labrish.
Guys, yes, it was a little bit of contentious at times. Very interesting topic. Yes, Pamela, I do think we need to visit the menopause, yes, so that our audience, not just men, but everyone can gain an understanding about that, yeah? But for now, panel, say goodbye to your viewers.
Ciao for now.
Bye.
Hope you've
Thanks for
enjoyed the show.
watching. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
And please subscribe, okay? Press that notification button. See you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Pete. Bye.
Jamlish na hard for fine, you know.